Hi! So for today's look, I'm going to do a minty green makeup, and honestly, it's not my favorite colors to work with, but I still really like the end result. And especially when you guys want to get out of that comfort zone, just try colors that are pretty and that will go with your skin tone. So anyways, I started off by applying some primer. I used that one that I showed you. It didn't have much left. Anyways, I moved on to my foundation, and the one I've been using, it's the Rimmel Stay Matte, I think so. And that foundation is kind of like very dense, so I made sure to apply it with a wet sponge because it creates like a nice smooth canvas rather than working with a brush, because it can be too heavy for my skin type because it is a little bit dry. It makes your skin a little bit dry. So anyways, I just buffed that foundation all over my face, and yeah. Okay, so now moving on to concealer. I'm using the Pro Elia Girls, I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure what the brand is, but you guys get the point. So I'd apply that concealer right under my eyes, and this concealer is a little bit like, it has like an orangey tone, but I still think it works great with this foundation because this foundation is a little bit light for me. So anyways, I just went ahead and blended everything super well with my wet sponge like I did before, because these things together can look too cakey. So make sure you guys do apply it with beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge. Okay, so now I took some loose powder and I just went ahead and I did kind of like a baking technique, but not really, because I don't really like to bake my under eyes, to be honest. But I do try it from time to time because it does create like a very smooth under eye area. And yeah, so I just went ahead and applied a little bit of the baking powder, or not really, it's actually a loose powder, but we call it baking powder here in the makeup world. So anyways, I just went ahead and took the same powder and ran that all over my face with this very pretty powder brush actually. So yeah, and then I also just let that bake for around just like a minute or 30 seconds, not much, because I'm not a huge fan of that like whole cakey face. And remember, this foundation is kind of heavy, so we don't want to mix those things. Okay, so now moving on to my contour. I took this contour palette by Patricio or some brand like that, and I pretty much just took that dark shade and applied that right in the hollows of my cheekbones, and I kind of just work with that color because I feel like it goes really well with my skin color rather than using the other bronzy shade. So I just went ahead and applied that right in the hollow area, and pretty much I also did my temples and a little bit of my nose. I don't really go with that much contour in my nose because I feel like it looks kind of fake, but if you guys want to just apply a little bit, use this technique. You kind of squeeze your brush and then you just run it in the sides and pretty much just focus it like right in the side area rather than at the end. But if you guys want to be more precise or want to makeup tutorial on that, then keep checking for that because I will be doing that. So anyways, I pretty much just blend everything super well with this brush, and our contour is pretty much done. Okay, so now moving on to the eyes. I started off by applying some primer, and you guys have seen that a lot of times. That's why I kind of skip forward to that because it's pretty basic. I just apply some primer, and then I went ahead and set my primer, and then afterwards I took this this shade right here, and I did one of my eyes to see how the look will come out, and then I just decided to do it on camera because I love the way it turned out. So what I started off doing is pretty much just ran like a crease color and also like a dark brown shade. So I pretty much just work with that duo or like quad that I have. Yeah, no, it's actually a duo. Those duo eyeshadow, which is pretty much that yellow tone. I use it for my transition shade, and then I move on to the darker color to focus that like a depth or like definition right in the crease area. So then afterwards, we're gonna go ahead and move on to some white eyeshadow, and that is going to be our base for our next colors because we do want it to pop out or stand out. And you guys could use like the NYX what is that pencil called? I forgot the name of it, but like a white base will be perfect. But I use an eyeshadow because I love working with eyeshadow. It's more smoother that rather than like working with concealer or etc, etc. So that's what I pretty much did here. I just packed that with my finger and pretty much just blended everything really well. Okay, so now moving on to the fun part. I took this palette and I pretty much just went ahead and applied a green color, and this one it's kind of like a very what is it like a very standout shade, and I applied it with like a flat brush, but then I went ahead and blended that super well with like an angle brush because I feel like that color, I don't want it to be the focus of this look. I want the mint green to be the focus, so I just went ahead and blended super well with that transition shade we applied before, and that looks perfect to me already. I love the way it turned out, but I wanted to add a little bit more, so that's why we're gonna move on next to the mint green we applied in the other eye. So there you guys pretty much just see me blending, adding more, blending, adding more, and that's basically how to get the perfect eye look, is to blend. That is the key to everything. Okay guys, so what I did here basically is I wet my brush and then I apply that mint green we applied in the other eye, and the key here is to apply it and also blend it super well with the other shade we applied before. That is going to create like a perfect gradient effect that we're looking for here. Okay guys, so here's basically more of that footage where I apply and reapply, etc, etc. That's why basically what I do for all of my looks. I pretty much just apply a color, blend it, apply another color, blend it, and yeah. Then I move on to apply some liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the Essence liquid eyeliner because it's one of my favorites. It's waterproof and it's wonderful. It lasts the whole entire day. Okay, So to top this look off, I decided to pair this look with this burgundy shade lipstick, and it's kind of hydrating. It's not one of my favorite lipstick, honestly, but I still think it goes really cute with the look. And then I decided to apply blush and highlight. I forgot about that step, but I just went ahead and applied this e.l.f. Blush, and then afterwards I just went ahead and applied my Essence highlighter, the So Glow. It's so pretty and I love the way it turned out. So yeah guys, this is pretty much the final result. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and have an awesome day.